John Wick, Chapter 4. They bring you back to the essence of a good action flick. Fair story, action flicks don't have to have a great story, but they gotta have action, man. If you're gonna make an action flick, you gotta stick some action in there, and that's what they did. They took a great big bowl of action, they poured it in, put a bunch of superstars in there, incredible actors, action dudes, and then they stirred it all up. And they're like, now, that's a John Wick movie, man, action flick. They had Keanu Reeves, they had Lawrence Fishburne, they had Lance Reddick, R.I.P. Clancy Brown was in it. He's in a lot of stuff. Usually recognize his voice as like Lex Luthor. Ian McShane, Marco Zarro was in this movie, and that dude, he needs a big league movie before he gets too old. That dude is an incredible action star, in my personal humble opinion. Bill Skarsgård is in there, and he's playing a Frenchman. He plays a pretty good villain, not an incredible villain. He's not one of those villains where you're like, oh, that dude's gonna kill everybody. He's one of those villains where you're shaking your head, looking at the TV, talking about, that dude is not gonna make it past the third scene. You know he's gonna die. Donnie Yen is in it. And when you talk about knuckling up with a superstar, you don't want to knuckle up with that one. Donnie Yen. I remember when he started out breakdancing. That was kind of funny. Who else? Scott Adkins is in this, and he is. I'm looking at the character, and I'm saying that dude looks familiar, and I'm watching it, and then I realize that's Scott Adkins. He's in a suit. He is as big as like the Kingpin. He looks like he's a 400-pound dude. He's in a fat suit. But you know for sure it's Scott Adkins because he starts moving, and he does backflips in movies and jumps forwards and spins and kicks the moon out of the orbit. He does all of that stuff, man, and he does a bunch of it in this movie. He's doing kicks and flips, and he's like, why won't you die? He's a tough guy in this movie, and it's really, really good. So, prepare yourself, because from this point forward, there's going to be slight spoilers. You see it there. You see it. Slight spoilers. Brace yourself. So, the movie basically picks up where the last one ended. Keanu Reeves has to go and try to figure out a way to get the table, the crime organization, to release him. And they're like, no, we're not going to do that. So now he's got to fight everybody. He puts himself into a situation where he has to fight everybody. It's John Wick versus the world, man. So he's got to fight all these dudes. And it's a good thing because it's not just random. Well, it's mostly just random fights, but he's fighting the table, who has a endless supply of assassins. They even tell him in the movie, it'll never stop. Not even you can kill everybody. And he's like, I think I can. Yeah. He's got that, he still sounds like a surfer to me. He's always sounded like a surfer. No matter what movie he's in, it seems like he should be riding a surfboard. Even this, he's like, beep, 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 and he's shooting people, and it seems like he should jump on a surfboard and be like, dun, 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 dun. He's a surfer, man. Tough guy, Buddhist surfer dude, and so they want him dead. So he figures out a way that he can make a challenge against the table that they have to respect. They have to respect his wishes as part of their deal. And they're like, all right, we accept this. So he finds a way to make a challenge, and he has to defeat one of their opponents. If he can, he's out. But the other person was a prior friend of his and is highly motivated to kill him, is really motivated to kill that dude. Usually, like in a John Wick or any other movie, you get one main villain. Sometimes two, like in a Marvel movie, you might have two main villains. In this movie, John Wick had to deal with the blind man, which was Donnie Yen. And he had to deal with Shamari Anderson, who was like a traveling vagabond with a dog type dude. And he was a killer. Then he had to deal with Bill Skarsgård, who wanted him dead, you know. Then he had to deal with Marco Zorro, who kind of always sounded to me like he was saying his name was Marco Polo or Marco Zorro. But either way, he had to deal with him too. And all of these guys, then he had to fight Scott Adkins. All of these dudes, any one of them could have killed him, and I would have respected that in the movie because each one of them were top level assassins. So I was like, okay, well, there's no way he can get past this. There's a scene where he's got to get up some stairs, and there's like 100 guys on the stairs, man. I'm like, how many guns you got, John? But he fights his way up the stairs and gets right to the top. Boop! And somebody pushes him downstairs again. That's kind of funny. But he's killing a lot of people. And they give a throwback to an old movie, one of my favorite movies, The Warriors, where in the movie The Warriors enter a town they're not supposed to be in, and the town puts the word out that they want everybody, all of the gangs, to attack the Warriors. So they put it on the radio. And this woman, you only see her lips, and she's like, okay, boppers, you know, it's time to put a hit on the Warriors. And I do mean the Warriors. And she's telling everybody, get them. And they play the song, Nowhere to Run, Nowhere to Hide. He is like, exactly, that exact thing happened to him, man. Because when they put the hit out on him, when they figured they couldn't kill him, they put the hit out on him. And this lady gets on and she's sending all of the assassins. And for some reason, this city is almost all filled with assassins. All of their cities are like 78% assassins. Who are they killing? Because it's just a bunch of assassins. They ain't killing regular people, it's just other assassins. So they have it and they show just a mouth, just her lips, just like the Warriors throwback. And she even calls them boppers. And I'm like, oh, that's a throwback. And she tells them that they want to kill John Wick, you know, and she's telling them blow by blow, play by play. Okay, boppers, you missed him in Coney, now he's in Manhattan. And she's telling people where he's at, so they keep looking for him, which leads to an incredible series of fights and showdowns. Almost through the whole movie, John Wick is shooting people in the face. Almost through the entirety of the movie. This is a masterclass on action flicks. It was good. The whole one guy versus the world thing, you know, Conan fighting everybody. Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, Sylvester Stallone fighting everybody. You know, Chuck Norris fighting everybody. John Wick fighting everybody. It's a trope for action movies that you get one guy that's so dangerous that no matter how many people you send after him, he'll kill them all. No matter how many specialists you send after him, he'll wipe them out. Might have a little blood on his lip. Shirt might be torn. Girlfriend might have lost her shoe in the scuffle. But other than that, he's probably okay. John Wick has a similar thing. He's fighting, I mean, he must, this movie has an incredible body count. Now that I'm thinking about it, he must have killed 200 people, you know, or 200 people died because other people was killing people too. I mean, there's samurai, or well, I guess Yakuza in this movie killing people. There's sumo wrestlers. You got 2 sumo wrestlers killing people. You got ninja assassins with scary masks on killing people. They're in protective suits. They got these suits, right? That has Kevlar woven into the suits so that they can take shots. But people kept getting stabbed and killed. If I shoot and a bullet bounces off your Kevlar, how am I going to then take a knife and with the force of my hand, force it through that. That kept happening. They'd be like, bam, 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 and they'd be holding their arms up, protecting their face, and they're bulletproof, and then you run up and you stab them in the chest with a knife, and I'm like, what? What just happened? It kept happening through the movie. I don't know why people just don't have knives, because the guns weren't working, the bullets weren't working. So they're doing that, and everybody's getting stabbed up, and it's great. And when they start sending all of the boppers after him, they have this really good scene where he's fighting people, and he keeps getting hit by cars. So he starts pushing other people in front of the car, because they're fighting in traffic. You know, there's a big 6-lane, 8-lane of traffic, and they're fighting, and they're like, you know, moving from the cars and like foop, 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 shooting, and then they're moving out of the way of the cars, and then all of a sudden, boom, and the dude gets hit. And then John Wick pushes a dude in front of the car, boom. That was a good movie. I really liked the throwback to the Wanderers. That was really cool. That was really cool. There is an Easter egg. There is a post-credit after this. There's only one, and it's deep in the credits. You've got to wait like 6 minutes. It's a long time, but it shows up. And it's only about a minute and a half, but it lets you know that there may be something else going on. Maybe something else that could possibly happen in the future. And I don't know what they're going to do with that, but it gives you an idea that there's something going on. The way this movie ends, I think people are going to have a problem with. You know, we should definitely talk about that. The ending of this movie, we should talk about that in the comments. This was a good movie. I liked Atkins in the fat suit doing the flips and the kicks and everything, because you don't expect a dude 400 pounds to be kicking people and jumping through the air and, you know, falling backwards and flipping back up and all that other kinds of stuff. It was good. It was really good. Everybody in this movie was good. They brought their A game. They were like, you know what? They threw a little extra cheeky change in that check. I'm gonna give them an extra 10% effort or something happened to motivate everybody to do this, and they all jumped in and they all gave it their all. I really like this movie. I want to tell you more about it, but I probably shouldn't because it's only been like 2 days. But it's a good movie. Definitely the best of the John Wick. Even better than number 1, I would say. Number 1, it was number 1 with the John Wick series forever. This was good. This was good. This was so good that I would give John Wick Chapter 4 10 bags of popcorn. 10 bags of popcorn, man. Because that's what I think about that. More importantly, what do you think about that? Now that you had a chance to talk about the video, let's talk about it again in the comments, especially the ending. We got to talk about the ending, man. We got to talk about that. Now that you've seen the video, now that you heard the comments, like, share, subscribe.
Popcorn passport. Get your popcorn passport.